Welcome to rural Chiang Mai. That dog almost bit my leg off. My heart is racing. Well, I guess this is the perfect time to start the video. Living in rural Chiang Mai. It's a very, very different experience than what it's like in the city. Thank you! Thank you! Oh! When I traveled back in 2006, people would be looking at you and wanting to high-five you, and I haven't felt that in a long time, but I'm getting it even here. That is actually perfect to show how rural-ish it is. It happens out here quite often. What's up, dude? Sawadee-ka. Hello! The most famous mountain here in Chiang Mai, Doi Sutet. This is one of my favorite views. I love it. Welcome to the best coffee shop in rural Chiang Mai. This place is so much better in the morning. I never knew that Chiang Mai was supposed to be incredible for coffee beans with Doi Sutet just in the background. This place here, one of the best coffees I've ever had, and it just keeps me coming back for more. Only 40 baht. Look at that. I love that separation. If you're living out here, maybe this is a pro or a con. You need to have some form of transportation. You can't be waiting for a Grab all of the time. It's not even about paying for it. They're super cheap here. You can get a Grab for anywhere really for a couple bucks. But the point is, it's time, but it could be a downside for some people who feel like they have to rent a scooter, you know, just for short little trips. But I cannot say that enough. It is incredibly worth it, especially if you're not in the main city. This is one of my favorite newer restaurants that just popped up. I usually get a pad kra pao and a som tam for just 70 baht. I've always wanted to stop here and eat, but I haven't yet. It's little places like this that are incredible, super easy to just drive by on the scooter, pick something up, and you're on your way. And the prices are reasonable. I got 30 eggs for 120 baht. A couple blocks of fresh eggs from the chickens out here somewhere. Sawadee ka. And the nicest people. Here is one of the downsides because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. That dog, when I first started out, kind of freaked me out a little bit. That hasn't happened before. The sun going down, you never know. These dogs don't be liking people walking around. That's something you don't want to happen out here. I never thought I would like something like this. I guess I always saw myself as kind of a city person, but being out here really surprised me. This is one of my favorite restaurants in the neighborhood. It's such a good vibe. As you can tell, they're closed and it's nighttime, but they got the music cooking and I love it. But as much as I love this restaurant, it's so much better in the afternoon. Such a cool vibe inside this place. Lunch for today right there. It's just such a lovely space, which I think they're turning into a camping venue where you can come and hang out and you can camp. They've got a beautiful garden. I've got to be honest, this is one of the reasons why I kind of fell in love with living out here. It's spots like this, these random spots just off the side of the road that make it so perfect. It's just everything that you would need. The prices are phenomenal. Like the pad kra pao I'm getting right now is like 45 baht, which is maybe $1.50 US. And yeah, just friendly, smiling people, all good vibes. Being out in a rural area, I was surprised to find that people were surprised to see me. There are a lot of foreigners around the Muay Thai gym, but as soon as you drive a couple minutes down the road, the vibe changes completely. Kind of the fun part of the experience, to be honest. That's how you know if you're living a little bit rural or outside of the tourist areas. In fact, that was one reason why I wanted to make this video. I saw so many videos where people are like exploring Chiang Mai outside of the tourist areas, but then they were just right in the old town. Getting out a little bit has been a really pleasant surprise. That's one thing I'm still trying to get used to. When you're eating a hot meal with spicy Thai chilies. I mean, I love some spice, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it hits a little different. There's only one way to cool down this heat right here. My next favorite spot, let's go. This is the best smoothie in town. When I first came here, I think I had a smoothie addiction and I would come to this place all the time. Cute, small little place. I mean, again, reasonable price, 50 baht. You can't say no to that. And I love mango. It's not the major city. It's not the old town. You don't have a million of different options and all sorts of variety, but what you do have are small local little shops and markets. They taste good, if not better. Sometimes I feel like when you go into like the tourist areas, things get kind of watered down. Got a gym, got a Muay Thai gym, got a swimming pool, got great restaurants around for reasonable prices. And I'm like, geez, I wonder if I can live here. But it's one of those things, again, I think it's more about the phases or the phase that you're in your life, like what part of that. Another con of living out here is when you're in a rural area, there really isn't much community. Not a ton of things to do, but again, a 15-20 minute ride into the city and you can find all of that. Getting out is so important and so necessary, and I even will admit I went a little bit too recluse. I gotta grind, I gotta stay in, I gotta make content, I gotta do this, and that was it. And yeah, I realized that might not be the best way to do things. Sometimes it's just the ease and convenience, you know, driving around, scoop it up real quick. I love these like small little on-the-go markets. So I just swung by this place here to get a haircut. 100 baht, that's crazy to me. I like it nice and short like that, maybe a little bit too short, but yeah, it's just so much easier. And when it's in Thailand and it's hot, this is so nice. So even out in rural Chiang Mai, they have beautiful gyms like this. 2,000 baht for 3 months. Never miss leg day. I miss so many leg days. Here's one of the beautiful temples in the area. This temple is also better in the daytime. And this was one of the other restaurants that I came to quite a few times in the beginning. About 40 baht for a meal. This is one of my favorite little spots here. Always grabbing some bananas, some eggs always at this place, and avocados. And they're open late too, which is great. Little local market there. We got a new local ice cream shop in the neighborhood. Look at that. A little beautiful shrine right across the street from this temple here. I was driving by here when I first got here, and there was a beautiful ceremony for the monks that were going up to the next level. There was just a big line parade going on here. I was waiting so long on the scooter that I went up to go get some watermelon from one of the ladies and, you know, gave her some money, and she's like, no, this is all free. It's like for everybody. And again, just it was a beautiful moment. I didn't realize how rural it was. I mean, I knew it was 15-20 minute drive into the city, but I'm from the US and I still had that mindset of, oh, you know, 15 minutes isn't that far. It's not going to be rural. This is where I get water and do some laundry. Look at this cat, by the way. Look at this. Love the markets, especially the Sunday markets, the outdoor markets. They're not the big touristy ones. They're just ones that are right out in this area. You've got clothes, you've got veggies, you got different kinds of foods, you got some strange foods, you got some normal foods, you got a little bit of everything. Just a mechanic right here down the street. I was able to just come by, drop my bike off. Super cheap, super easy, super efficient. These guys are all over the city. The only downside here, maybe a con, is just coming to pick up my bike and no one's here. So yeah, welcome to Thailand. Patience, that's one thing that traveling abroad will teach you. I've talked about this before, is how travel changes you, and does it really? I made my last video just about that. This is the one thing you learn: patience. Classic Thailand. The daughter there just told me that it hasn't been repaired. She told me to come back around 6. We'll see if it's actually finished. This is the spot I came to the other night, and she was just closing up shop. It is 7 p.m. and I just went to one of the main restaurants and it's closed. One of the cons of living in a rural area is everything closes super early. But there's another pro, is I've gone to bed so much earlier. I think last night I went to bed at about 9 p.m. It's been really nice. Welcome to what I call Mama's Kitchen. Super happy, smiley lady cooking for all the foreigners all of the time. Every time I drive by here, there's always at least 1 or 2 foreigners in here. I went with a pad thai tonight. Here we are, alone on a Tuesday night, eating a pad thai. So if you couldn't tell, one of the biggest downsides of living abroad, being a digital nomad, is the loneliness. Of course, this is what I chose to do. I wanted to get away for a little while, but I think the loneliness is getting to me a little bit. Never know what to do with these long spring onions. Use my hands. But you get to see the pros and the cons of living away from everything. Maybe it'll be for you at some point in life. It's definitely not for everybody. It's a great thing to know you can do to get away for a little bit and truly disconnect. If you enjoy this, subscribe to the channel and let me know if you want to see more videos of the day in the life. I'm gonna finish my dinner. I'll think about how to finish this video. That got finished, baby smoothie time. After all of that, what's the point? I've been asking myself the last couple days as I was making this video. I always want some grand finale or master reason or a point to doing something like this. I've never really just made a video of like, here's just a day in the life. Here's what it looks like living in rural Chiang Mai, and it felt a little uncomfortable for me. I think that there is the lesson, that sometimes there is no lesson or a grand finale or some huge epiphany. Most times it's just the small, little, tiny details, the delicious smoothies, the good coffees, the small restaurant at the corner, and that it's just a quiet, peaceful days and peaceful moments where the most change really happens. Being here for a couple months, I've experienced more change than I ever have in my entire life and become more secure and more comfortable. And a big reason is because I got off the grid, so to speak. I got away from a lot of the stimulation and distraction, and I was just with myself. I think one of the best things you can do for yourself these days is just sit with it. Just sit with yourself. All the weirdness and the flaws and the inconsistencies. We are nothing but walking, talking distractions these days, I feel. I mean, I know days I spent scrolling on the phone, and yet like days, literally days. Sometimes you need to get away to find yourself and see what it all means. I'm still big on that, is this pilgrim mode. I know somebody put something in the comments of like, this is a terrible idea. I would never do that. When I go to a place, I want to travel and see things. Like, yeah, no shit. Then this kind of idea is not for someone like you. Like, why would you watch a video if somebody's talking about using location as leverage? But don't get me wrong, I have traveled. I've done the digital nomad stuff. I've gone all over the world. I've backpacked. This is just a different avenue of that, and I'm learning that you can make so much change in a short period of time, or you can waste it and squander it. And I know I wasted a lot of time the first couple months I came here. I just expected something to happen. And me, of all people, should know, you go with you wherever you go. Like, you can't just go to a place and expect that the place is going to change you. Like, the environment gives you back what you put in. That's one of the big lessons I've learned, is when you go to a place, yes, you go with you wherever you go, but you can also leverage the location and the environment by putting yourself into it, and it will give back to you. You can't just move to a new place and a new location and just expect the environment to change you. It's not going to happen. Like, you will still be you in that environment, and it will just bring back whatever kind of nonsense that you brought with you. But if you go to a new location as a fresh start and you start putting in new connections, new ways of thinking, new brain algorithms, and new ways of acting, new behaviors, when you do that, the environment will then amplify that. And I noticed that with Muay Thai. When I did go before I busted my toe, I got it back. You know, I got the discipline back. I got the connection with the coaches. I got the connection with everybody going to the gym, like showing up all the time, you know, that community, because you go there and you show up and you're disciplined. The environment will then give back to you. You've got to bring a new energy to a new place and a new dynamic and a new way of thinking and a new way of behaving and acting. And if you can do that, yeah, the environment will 100% change you. At the end of the day, no matter what you do, you're going to have to decide, and you're going to have to take the action. And maybe you'll be surprised and find yourself in a place that you never thought you would enjoy so much. And you'll be surprised, just like I was. This thing is leaking like a sieve.